welcome back to Zoe and Ian. Today we are debuting a new kind of show type thing, and it's called
Helpful Thoughts.
And we have Sam. Hi, Sam.
Sam is our special guest of the segment today.
Okay, she is a friend of ours. She's
guest friend.
I love with
I don't think that she's a special guest, rather she's just special.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
What will we be talking about today, Ian?
Oh, we're gonna be talking about dating.
Dating.
And funny enough, I'm the only one here who's single. So I could give you all the wrong ways of doing stuff.
I am engaged, so I can tell you the right ways.
I'm partway between the two because I just have a boyfriend.
So you're just dating.
I just have a boyfriend.
Yeah, so you get all three spectrums. The only thing we're missing is a married person. Which I could
Damn, that man.
Darn, that man.
No, damn is fine.
Dam is a thing that blocks water and
Beavers make them.
Yeah, and we also have big dams that create.
Anyways, sorry. I was loading up my dating thing for my Grindr because, you know, I'm gay and I have Grindr because that's something that us gay people use. And I found something that was really funny. Oh, there it is. So, anyways, on Grindr, there is this person named Daddy who texted me, and he said, "Hello, it will be a great pleasure having you as my sugar baby, which I'll put my best to take care of you. Interested?" How do you guys think I should respond?
Yeah.
I tend to just block them.
I want to screw with this person.
Let's do it. Screw from one. Yeah.
I'm the one with
yes,
the
Daddy.
Yes, Daddy, I'm available for all your baby needs.
Yes. Anyways, let's go back to dating. And
I'm gonna mess up my makeup before the end of the day.
it's okay. You're still adorable. And see, man, that's how you cheer up your woman. Tell her that she's beautiful no matter what.
Even if she looks awful.
Wow.
What? No, I wasn't saying it to you. I was saying in general, like, even if a woman looks awful, because I look awful half the time.
But I always tell you that you look great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Past relationship stuff that you have experienced issues with.
Mental and physical abuse.
Oh, I only dated you because no one else will.
I was not the abuser. I was the abused.
You want advice? I love how you're standing there stone faced and he's matching his hair now.
Wow.
Lord.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Alright, so... Okay, so let's take about, like, this mental abuse aspect. Like, how did you get yourself out of, like, the mental abuse aspect? Like, how did you know that you were mentally abused?
I knew I was mentally abused. But
Like, oh, okay.
he was gaslighting me.
But, like, how did you find out? Because that's not
How
really...
did I find out?
Yeah.
I knew the whole time. I'm not...
Okay.
It's just every time I tried
No,
to break up with
it's-
him, he'd slip, like, he'd try to cut himself.
It's not... You're not dumb if you don't see it. I feel like that's a really important thing.
No, but the thing is, no, I genuinely saw it. Like, I knew he was...
No,
like,
I'm just saying it for, like, anyone who, like, who's watching this. And
oh,
it's
how
like,
do you know?
Yeah, like...
I didn't see it for like a while.
Yeah,
until
like-
he was trying to get me to stop doing everything I love just to focus on him.
Yeah, like, how did you know? Because, like, just because you don't see it, that doesn't mean you're not dumb. I mean, that doesn't mean that you're dumb.
Let me, I'm trying to think back.
Okay,
Think back.
how did you see it?
He was trying to... I am a very musical person, and he was trying to make me stop doing musical stuff. He broke up with me at Disney World for the first time because I was there with band and not messaging him all the time. My boyfriend now understands that I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
And that I am thinking of him, but it's also like I have to focus on other stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. At the time, I was thinking of being a performer, so I'm like, I can't stop doing all of this practice
Right.
just to focus on you.
Yeah, right. And,
So would it be more like red flags?
yeah, like...
Things
what
that I
was-
noticed.
Yeah, so...
Think of like the Alex Myers like red flag.
Flag that was very first was lying about what he was doing, who he was with, and where. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dumb stuff. Or like lying about what his mother would tell me, like, would say. He told me that she kicked him out, and she was like, "Hey, I did not kick him out. Like, he just left. Like, he didn't want to be here.
Like, I think that, like, you know, like, in a very toxic, you know, mentally abusive relationship, like, one of the biggest things is, like, you know, the partner likes to try to exude power over the other person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they like to be in control. I've dated toxic people, but, like, that's not where I gained the experience from. It's, you know, my stepdad, my first one, you know, saw with him and my mom. So I understand a little bit, just not in a like, you know, dating aspect. But, you know, trying to remove everything that you love, seclude yourself from other people, make it your life all about them.
I give him 2 tries because I've seen it with my family.
Mm-hmm. You know, and it's, you know, that's a very strong red sign that he's trying to be abusive, you know. And then as far as you go, like, the constant lying and things like that, that's like a form of manipulation.
And I was also not allowed to have any male friends. Even if I was with him, I was not allowed to be around them. I had to lie. My best friend was a guy at the time, and he was in a relationship and everything, or whatever else. And I had to say he was gay for him to be able to hang out, like, me to be able to hang out with him, but I wasn't allowed to hang out with him unsupervised. And so, like, when him and my boyfriend at the time got a good enough relationship, and they're, like, best friends, and they're hanging out on their own, I told him, I was like, he's not gay, and, like, stuff, and he flipped out on me and was like, well, how many times did you sleep with him, and blah, 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 and, like, was trying to flip that I was the cheater when he stole my car when I was, like...
Wait, which one? Who's this?
I won't say names.
Oh, yeah, this is recording.
Yeah.
But, he stole my car when I was sick, and he told me he was gonna go over to my friend who was gay at the times to get his charger. He was gone for maybe 2-3 hours. I called my friend. He said he never showed up. And I was going to walk all the way to my friend's house, which was probably like a 30-minute walk, to go find out where he was, because my boyfriend didn't have a license, and I was scared he got pulled over or something with my car. And, well, I found out he picked up this girl who I was suspecting he was cheating on me with, and hooked up with her in the back of my car with one of her best friends.
Damn. So.
And another red flag. So another story. I was at this friend's house who was gay, and because he wasn't actually
gay.
He's a fake gay. Like he wasn't
fake gay.
He wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just had a feminine personality.
But. Yeah, we were over at his house. He had a friend at the time who he invited over, and she was engaged, and she was always hanging over and stuff, and she was always touching my boyfriend, and they were always hugging and stuff, and texting nonstop. And then the one day he was supposed to be walking her dog with her, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm gonna go to my grams and like help her with lawn work and stuff. And he's like, okay, well, it's just going to be, like, a quick lap or whatever. Like, we're just going to go around the block. It should only be, like, 30, 40 minutes. And I was like, okay. 2-3 hours later, I'm texting, I'm calling, no answer. I pull up to this girl's house at 2 a.m. because he still wasn't answering me. And I was going to beat the crap out of her. And she told me that they were in her bed watching Netflix the whole night and that he was trying to make out with her. And then, because she was scared I was going to beat the crap out of her. So she was like, he was trying to kiss me, I was not into it, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he was still at your house when I pulled up.
So like, you know, that's, you know, so, like, now, so...
A little bit more than red flags at that point.
So, like, coming out of, like, these relationships, whenever you guys entered, like, you know, your current ones or your new ones, like, you know, the ones afterwards... How did you guys get out of this mindset of, like, oh, I can't trust my partner because my last partner did this? How did you guys kind of break that mindset?
I'm still not out of that mindset.
Oh, I know.
I'm still in there. I'm still toxic. I'm not as toxic as...
But you're working on it, though.
I'm trying. It's like a thing of building trust, and he's really good at me gaining his trust. And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, we have a good relationship going, and I trust him, he trusts me, kind of thing.
And how about you?
I never really had the mindset. Like, the one I was talking about was my first, like, official boyfriend, like, my first long-term boyfriend. The second one was nice, we just didn't fit, and now we're still kind of friends.
So, like, whenever you guys first started dating your second boyfriend, like, there was no, like, you didn't have any trust issues with him or anything like that? What, like...
No, I'm a very trusting person. You
Uh-huh.
have to do something, like trying to force me to not do what I love. You have to do something like that to get me to not trust you anymore.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people don't deserve, like, the way they're treated because of past relationships.
So your logic is just because my ex did this, that doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
the
this
next
new
one will.
person did this.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, my ex did this, what if this new person does
It's
the
not
same
like
thing?
I think he's gonna do it.
No,
It's like
but-
I'm always keeping an eye out because for the first couple months I didn't know.
Okay,
Or-
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think both aspects are very important just because, like, you know, you don't want to walk into a new relationship, you know, blindsided, like, blindly trusting, but also you don't want to live in constant fear of that person always, you know, doing whatever. So I think, like, you guys have both, like, a really good mindset of entering a new relationship, especially coming back from, like, toxic, abusive ones. Coming into, like, these new relationships, how are you guys, like, building these foundations of establishing, like, maintaining that trust, making sure, like, those bad things don't happen again, and things like that? Like, how are you guys maintaining a really healthy, solid relationship?
You go first.
Oh,
You go first.
oh,
You go
okay.
first.
Okay, well, my now boyfriend and I were really good friends before dating, so there was already that trust, and he doesn't really do anything, not for lack of me trying. Like, he's not very social. He likes his online friends, but he also, like, we live in the middle of nowhere. It's really hard to, like, get anywhere without a car.
So, like, what I mean is, like, how are you guys staying afloat? Like, how are you guys making sure that you guys aren't getting bored of each other? Or, like, you know,
There's no
New positions.
or, like,
Try something new.
okay,
Keep it, like,
nerds, bro.
Keep it spicy.
so what, do you guys, like, play games together and stuff?
He
on
sent
there?
memes.
Oh, y'all
See,
send
that's,
memes to
like,
each other.
Cute stuff. Like, not even just that, like, saying, like, having little date nights, even if it's just bringing McDonald's back to the house
Mhm.
and watching a movie or whatever.
We went to Applebee's before I came to college.
So you guys make time for each other, too.
I also live at his house, so.
Me too.
Oh, okay, and then, like, does he, like, has he ever, like, been worried about you being up here? Like, if you
Not-
date, like, you, like, maybe seeing someone or possibly, like, someone, like, making a move on you and you getting uncomfortable or
I
anything
don't
like that?
think so. I've never given him a reason. Like, he knows all of my friends here.
Mm-hmm.
I work a lot, so you guys are the only friends I see. And he knows you guys, so it's
Yeah.
like, not. As
So-
far as I know, he doesn't worry about it because he. doesn't
So,
have
so like,
reason.
even if he has those worries, like, he doesn't put that on you.
No, I mean,
like,
if he
like-
asks me,
Yeah.
like, obviously it's like, no.
So it's that understanding, like, that trust and understanding.
As far as I know, I don't know what he thinks.
And then what about you?
Oh, what was the question again?
How are you maintaining a solid
Oh, like I
foundation?
said,
Like,
you gotta keep it spicy, change it up. Like, not necessarily, like, sexually, but, like, change it up. Like, instead of just say, like, oh, we're gonna go watch a movie every time, like, be like, oh, well, we're gonna go play soccer, or, oh, let's go swimming in the lake, or, like, you know what I mean? Let's go for a walk, let's just go for a drive.
You definitely gave away where we're from by saying, oh, let's go swimming in the lake, instead of, oh, let's go swimming in a pool or the beach.
Or the pool. My aunt has a pool, too.
Well, I guess he has a pool too.
So, like, you know, doing new things, creating new experiences, and creating new memories with each other at different spots,
Mhm.
you know.
And, like, I get financially stuff isn't always, like, available, but there's a lot of things you can do for free. And
Yeah.
even if it's not, like, going and doing something different, it's just having different discussions. Like, I asked him, would you love me if I was a worm?
No, we do not.
Yes, I did.
No.
Oh, I would
And-
totally ask that.
Mm-mm.
What'd he say?
I was a little disappointed.
What'd he say?
He's like, what do you mean if you were a worm? Like, he was like, what? Like,
and then what'd he say? What was his
I
response?
was like, he was like, no, you're a worm. I was like, but it's me. And I was like getting upset. And he's like, no, if it's you, I'd still love you. Like, I'd feed you and you can sit right here. I was like, good again, sir.
So he literally only said yes out of obligation to say yes.
I would want him to
Yeah.
cut me in half, so I would split in half and have two little burns.
Well, I mean, you already have a small brain. Would it just be two halves of a singular brain?
Earthworms have multiple brains.
Oh
Wait,
no,
what
no!
about-
I'm saying that you would not have enough brains to have two brains instead of a worm. Would it be just I love you, sweetheart?
I'll get the Jesus crest and say sorry.
No. No. So, and then, like, have you guys done stuff that you guys didn't want to do? Like, activities that you guys didn't want to do for your partner? Like, you know, let's say, like, you know, he wanted to go for... Let's say that he wanted to go for a hike and you guys didn't want to, but you guys did it anyway because he really enjoys going hiking. Like, have you guys done anything along those lines?
I can't really.
Not really, because we have a lot of things in common, like, for what we like to do. If anything, I'm the one that makes him go out of his comfort zone, because he's a very introverted kind of person.
Mm.
I'm introverted, but I'll, like, go do stuff.
It's more like that with me, too, because a lot of the things that he likes, I'll like, or I'll, like, do something parallel with it. So he likes playing Skyrim. Specifically Skyrim. And I'll like work on schoolwork, or I'll read a book next to him, or I'll watch him.
Okay, so it's
But
important.
I won't like play a game if I don't want to.
So it's really important to be able to do separate activities, like activities that you guys do alone, like, you know, together but alone.
I like the alone but together. So like he's playing a game, I'm playing a book, but
You guys
we're
are
sitting
in the-
next to each other.
You guys
Yeah.
are in the same room, but you guys really aren't doing anything together.
It's more like me yelling at him about my book stuff.
But you know what's amazing? When he's playing his games and I'll be on my phone or on my Sims, every time one of his, like, Modern Warfare rounds are over, he'll come to the bed and, like, kind of acknowledge I exist and, like, give me a hug and a kiss before his next game. So it's like, he's not just ignoring me. He, like, makes the effort to make sure he knows I am here.
He makes the effort, and I love it.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. I'm just looking around.
Have you noticed that your relationship has gotten stronger since you've been away at school?
I feel like every time I have been home, well, winter break was good. It was good like normal. But like if I'm home on like a random break, like Thanksgiving, I have a lot of schoolwork to do. So like the first time I saw him, I'm like, by the way, I'll be here, but I won't be here. So if I'm distant, I am sorry, because I had like 7 projects.
Mm-hmm. I know, at least for me, like, my mom always says, like, distance makes
the heart grow fonder.
So I feel like it's like we desire each other more because we miss each other more.
Yeah, that's...
And then it's also knowing that we're able to survive without the other one, which is good for a person, I believe.
I think it's also really important to make sure that you guys, like, in a relationship, to establish, like, independence from your partner, too. Make sure that you are able, like, if at any point you're in a relationship where you feel like you cannot live without this person, I feel like that's a time for you to just take a step back and work on yourself. Because, like, in the instance where it may devolve into, like, an abusive relationship or something like that, like, you need to make sure that you're able to fully function on your own, which means having a job still, having your own bank account,
having your own friends, having your own system to fall on to.
I like the whole, like, instead of, like, being completely reliant, like, knowing that it would be hard to live without a person, but not impossible.
Right.
Like, I feel like that is the right amount of attachment to a person, because you don't want it to be an unhealthy attachment when you're, like, your personalities and everything you do merges, because that means that you guys aren't relying on your own mental...
You guys are relying on
power
each other for
anymore.
mental stability.
Mental stability, happiness, physical stability, if it's, like, money issues.
In a relationship, I mean, I think that it's also really important that, like, I think money is a really big thing in a relationship. Like, you know, a lot of people will be like, no. I think it really is. You know, I believe that there, like, in total, there should be 6 bank accounts. One partner, you know, has a personal checking account, a personal savings. The other partner, personal checking, personal savings. And then you guys have, and then in the middle, a joint one where you guys have a joint checking and a joint saving, where you put a certain percentage of your money, each person puts a certain percentage of their money into the joint checking and into the joint savings.
You know, I've talked to him about doing something like that where I'll have my own, say, like, my paychecks will go in there, his will go in, and then having one for, like, our bills and stuff, and then also one for our savings. For, say, like, if we want to go, like, for our wedding or honeymoon, or, and it's like we'd both have to sign off before money could become, like, withdrawn or anything with it.
Yeah, and I think that's, like, a really important aspect to, like, you know, just making sure that, you know, each person has their own money so that, you know, like, let's say that, you know, you want a pool and he wants a pool table, and and if you guys have like a joint checking account where that's where all the bill money goes, that's where all the rent goes, that's where all the groceries go, you're not yelling at him being like, why did you spend this much money? If it's his money, he could spend
can do whatever he wants with his money.
Yeah, you cannot be in charge of his money and vice versa.
I went to my cousin's for spring break, and she does not have a job. She's technically a student, but she is on break because she's having a baby. But her husband is the only one making money, and the way that they do it is, even though he's the only one making money and with the bank account, if we're doing stuff, like I was there, they're taking care of my sister, they like discussed how much money would be taken out for like an activity. So like we went to the pier. They discussed how much money each of them could spend at the pier, and all of their bill money went into savings if they didn't pay a bill yet, so that they knew how much each person was taking out, and they didn't have to worry about having like 6 bank accounts.
No, I mean like each person should have 2 bank accounts, one checking, one saving. Like that should just be, I think every person should have that. Checking and saving.
I have a checking, savings, and then there's a third one. I forget what it's called.
It's called a reserve. It's like the in case. That's where, like, if you're out of money and you're checking, they'll go to that before going to savings.
Yeah. But, like, so if you're taking by, like, the logic that I have, that's already for bank accounts, for each person. And I just think that you guys should have, like, a middle one. Because, like, you guys can sit here and talk about how much money, whatever. But that also, let's say, he wants to spend money on a pool table, and she blew all her money on a pool already. Now he has to give up what he wants to pay the bills. So that's why, like, I think that there should be like a joint checking, so that both people's money go in there, however much that would be, in order to pay for bills, So there can't be oh, why'd you spend this money without checking in with me? Well, it's my money. I'm allowed to spend it whatever I want,
Sorry. I also think it's very important to have separate bank accounts, because a lot of women who try to leave, they have a hard time leaving from their abusive or toxic relationship because they're unable to financially, like, provide for themselves or their children. So that's why a lot of them don't leave, because their husband has complete control over the finances.
Right. And let's say that, like, the person that you dated, like, your second boyfriend, you guys broke off, but you guys weren't on bad terms. You guys were on pretty much cool terms whenever you guys broke it off, right? Okay. Well, he wasn't mentally abusive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just didn't vibe.
He didn't click with me anymore. That's about it.
Oh. Okay.
In case you can't tell, I'm not really on board with like the 5 million bank accounts, because that's also bills that you have to. That's more bills you have to pay. Because we're college students, we get free bank accounts.
I've never ever once paid for a bank account. I've used Chime, I've used Capital One, and I've used Citizens Bank. I've never once had to pay to use it. The only time that I have to pay is whenever I overdraft.
Yeah.
But even so, I've never paid for a bank account.
Most of my family likes using credit unions because it guarantees a certain amount.
That's why, like, the credit unions do cost money.
And like, okay, so I'm the weird one with the PNC account because it was free for students, but like everyone else in my life, including my cousin and her husband, they have like the fancy card because they're for the military, so they don't have to pay for it.
Navy Federal, yeah.
No, it's American Express, like, gold card.
Oh,
it's like
the
metal one because he works for the Air Force, but like that would be expensive. If he wasn't for the Air Force.
I mean, obviously, like, whenever it comes with, like, checking and savings accounts and stuff like that, obviously do your research before you do anything like that, because, I mean, there are banks that do charge you, like, PNC is an excellent example, they do charge for having a checking account. Like, I believe they charge, like, $50 to just open an account, and then I think it's, like, $8 a month to maintain that checking account.
I thought they only charge for savings, because that gains interest.
I don't remember, honestly.
But
no. I know, like, I use Chime, and I never had to pay money for Chime. And I never had to pay money.
Chime's not an actual bank, like a federal bank.
No, it's a digital bank.
Yeah.
But Capital One, though, I've never had to pay any fees for Capital One unless if I overdraft. Which, that's how, like, a lot of those free banks, You know, that's how they get their money is with the overdraft fees and all that good stuff. So,
Mhm.
but like,
By the way, I'm not really vibing with the whole really serious talk. I'm not. I'm not here to talk about bank accounts. I'm just here for fun and to tag along.
so I don't know how it ended up being like
A serious debate on whether you should have 6, 4, or 2 bank accounts.
not even
No,
that.
was we were just talking. It just came up.
Yeah, like even the rest of it though, like it's been a pretty serious
Mm-hmm.
video.
But I think advice should be serious because you're giving advice to other people, and other people are going to be watching us. So we don't want to give them like shit advice. Oops.
I am of the mindset that like advice should be serious, but not like dreadfully serious that you feel uncomfortable.
Are we dreadfully serious?
But we were fun.
I'm uncomfortable
fair.
over here.
Okay. By the way, Grindr guy texted. So
What
Go
did
ahead.
Mr. Sugar Daddy say?
yeah, Mr. Sugar Daddy. He said, as a start, I'll be giving you $500 twice weekly and increase later on
Yes,
For
Daddy.
what?
to be his sugar baby.
Yeah, what does that entail?
I wish I could.
I don't
get a sugar
know.
mama.
Oh my
Ask
god. Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy. Anything for you.
Anything for you.
What's it like dating as a gay man?
What's it like
Non-existent.
on Grindr?
Oh, Grindr is just a hookup app. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's purely a hookup app.
So like how Tinder has become.
For the most part. You know, my issue is with a lot of gay guys is the fact that they are usually just really horny, and I am not. You have a better chance of seeing Jesus than me being horny. Is that if you're a guy like me who's sensitive, you're only on this app whenever you're sad. I'm
sad
not.
all the time.
No. The only reason why I keep the app is because I did make a couple friends through the app.
Mhm.
Because in my profile, I clearly state, I do not want to see your pee-pee. Please don't pee-pee. And I make sure that I am very clearly an awkward nerd. So, but in general, it's just kind of like terrible just because it's like, oh, I connect with these guys really well, but they're sad, which means that they're horny. And I'm like, I do not want to do anything with you. And I'm not going to show you my pictures because I know that you're just going to do things with them and that's it. And end of conversation.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I want to continue talking to you. So no pictures for you. Sorry.
Yes, no pictures.
Yes, no pictures.
Love that. Withholding.
See, that's kind of where I get my thrill. Just like withholding the pictures. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Sorry, you did not gain access to my the chocolate factory. Not yet.
You didn't get the golden ticket.
Yeah, I have yet. I have yet to give you the golden ticket. No chocolate factory for you.
Please
So.
leave a like, subscribe, and share.
You do that. The cheesiest
Cheese.
like, subscribe, and share.